Good morning, Europe, and good afternoon, Indonesia. Welcome to today's event, Transform Telecommunication Data with Data Science, which is held by TechBros Group. My name is Hans Himawan, and I'll be your moderator for today. Before we proceed to the main event, I want to share an overview of TechBros Group. TechBros is a company that helps clients accelerate and scale their core capabilities with cutting-edge technological expertise. We support companies and institutions from the private, public, and social sectors. TechBros is established in 2017 based in Düsseldorf, Germany, with two other branches which are located in Indonesia and Romania. Currently, we have more than 20 staff on board. These are our current locations: Germany, Romania, and Indonesia. And meet our founder. Our founders are Mr. Yudi Rahadian and Mr. Hadi Ismanto, which are currently in Germany. Our CEO message is that we aim to help people to connect better. We have 5 core values: integrity, reliability, responsibility, excellence, and collaborations. Our company values support the company's vision and ensure that our members work toward the same goals. Customer empowerment is our keys. For instance, innovations and inventions at its best. Focus on customer pain point, great user experience, and accelerate time to market. Our primary focus and expertise are telecommunications, consulting, IoT, data science, talent development, and AI and machine learning. On the telecommunication side, we are expert on engineering and design, optimization and benchmarking, migration and integrations, and which is happening in the market, open run private network. In the course of advancing the digitalization of companies, the use case of data science today extends across all industries and functions. We support our client in each of the presented subject areas with our data science expertise. For instance, data assessment and audit, data identifications, use case development, data product development, and etc. We assess its client's technological maturity and readiness for AI-driven automations, walk through the steps of adopting artificial intelligence, and help develop AI-driven software and ensure its positive users buy-in. Edge AI is a system that uses deep learning algorithms to process data generated by a hardware device at the local level. This considerably reduces the communication costs derived from the cloud model. Currently, we are developing our edge devices in the following categories: smart farming, smart cities, and smart mining. These are examples of the edge AI products: license plate recognition, Telmo smart cow monitoring, geolocation drive test, and mining object measurement. We have customers from service providers, vendors, and academics. And this is all from our company profile presentations. You can research on www.techburst.io or on the LinkedIn page TechBurst GmbH. You can directly email us on info@techburst.io and you can follow us on Instagram at techburst.io. So let's start to the our main event. It is my pleasure to introduce our speakers today, who are going to give you an insight on transform telecommunication data with data science. I would like to inform you that we will have a question and answer session with the speakers at the very end. So if you have any questions during this event, please write them down in the comment section and we will discuss them at the end of this event. And now I would like to welcome Okta Fajar Suryani to deliver the presentation. The stage is yours.
Uh, okay, hello. Okay, thank you very much, Hans. Hello all. Good morning, Europe, and good afternoon, who in Indonesia. First, let me introduce myself to you. So my name is Okta Fajar, and I'm working in TechPros now. And currently, my role in TechPros is as AI senior AI engineer, and I and my team currently developing edge AI platform and also smart farming solution using machine learning and deep learning. Okay, for today's webinar, let me share my screen first. Wait a minute. Okay, can you see my presentation? Okay, so uh, today's we want to I want to talk about how to transform telecom data with data science approach. So here we will together explore about what is data science and example of data science use case, and in the end of this slide, we will try to analyze the telecom data. Today's we will using Ookla speed test data from 2018 years. So if you are from the telecommunication field, maybe you are very familiar with the Ookla speed test data. And uh, and in today's webinar, we will try to analyze that data using programming language Python. So before we jump to analyzing process, let's talk about what is data science. So uh, the main goal of data science approach is to solve the problem based on data by providing actionable intelligence from that data. So if we have a data set, for example, a class test data set, uh, and we using the data science process, we can perform some data analytical process or data modeling. Uh, so at the end of the data analyzing process, we hope that we can find some useful insight, and that insight can help us to make a better decision. So our decision is based on not based on good feeling, but based on fact or what containing in inside our data. And then the data science process uh, combine the knowledge in math, statistic, programming, and also business expertise. So the data scientist or person who are in the data science field cannot uh, deliver their insight without the help from business expert. So if we break down deeper about how data science approach can provide us the actionable intelligence. So usually the data scientist person spend almost 70 to 80% of their time to perform exploratory data analysis. So like I said before, in the uh, exploratory data analysis process, the data scientists try to find some useful insight from the data, and then uh, deliver it to, for example, to manager, and then the manager can use the insight that provided by data scientists to assist them create a better decision. So it is the role of data scientists in the company. And then not only perform exploratory data analysis, the data scientist person also uh, perform, for example, data modeling or create the predictive analytic tasks using the machine learning model and other. So their insight can be valid and useful for company. So this is the general explanation about data scientists. And then if we talk about data science, in the data science approach, there are four main steps. There are data store, transform, model, and then visualize. So and each steps, uh, there are so many libraries and tools that we can use. So but for today's using the OCLA speed test data from 2018, we will only perform transform and visualize process. So because the data itself is already available, we don't need to perform data store. And also for today's, because we only focus on exploratory data analysis, we don't need data modeling using machine learning and other stuff in data modeling. So we only focus on transform and visualize the data. And then and here from the transform step, we can use the Python for transformation tools. And then for the visualization, we can use, for example, Seaport or Matplotlib, which is the most popular libraries for data visualization in Python. Okay, this is the tools that we will use for today's webinar. So we will use the Python programming language, and the pandas library to perform exploratory data analysis. And then for the data visualization, we will use the Matplotlib and Seaborn. Uh, okay, that is the introduction of the tools that we will use. And then in the beginning of the slide, I already mentioned that data science process is combination of three knowledge, math, programming, and business expertise. So here, in order to analyze our data, usually we are trying to automate the whole process of data analytics. And uh, to automate the whole process, we are using the programming language. So here I want to I want to talk about a short introduction about why we should perform data analytic process in Python rather than in Excel. So why Python? So if you see in the graph here, uh, currently Python programming language is the most popular programming language in the world right now. So there are so many programming languages like Java, JavaScript, C++, but the user of that of Python programming language is uh, bigger than other programming language. It is because Python is very, in my opinion, Python is very easy to understand, even for a beginner. And then there are so many libraries in Python that we can use to perform data analysis, uh, machine learning modeling, and so many other tasks. And if you look at this graph, this is the survey result. Uh, Most people use the Python programming language to perform for data analysis, web development, and machine learning. So, because nowadays data analysis, machine learning, AI is a very hot topic, uh, it is make Python programming language become the most popular programming language. And in the uh, inside the Python, there are so many libraries to perform data analysis process. For example, NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, SciPy for statistical analysis, and so many others libraries. And for today's, we will use the Pandas and Matplotlib uh, to perform exploratory data analysis in class test data. Okay, this is overview why we use Python for today's webinar. And uh, if we summarize, there are four benefit if we use the Python. The first one is Python is simple and easy to understand. And as I mentioned before, in the Python, we can very easy to integrate our code to others API or others library, because Python is supported by so many uh, libraries for data analytic, AI, and machine learning. And then uh, to handle large volume of data, Python is faster than Excel. And then by Python is free and open source uh, project. So you can use the Python for free, and also if you are developer, you can contribute to Python community. So this is the four benefit. But the most important thing is using the Python, you can perform almost all the Excel basic operation for data analytics, like grouping, sorting, filtering, aggregating, or maybe pivoting, and so many basic operation in Excel. You can perform it in Python, and you can automate the data analysis process. If your code is finished and already deployed, you can create an automation process to perform data analytic for your company or maybe for your organization. So this is why we choose Python for today's webinar. And then uh, if we talk about replacing uh, Excel with Python. So here I want to talk about short introduction how you can perform some basic data analytic process using Python, and and uh, I will try to make it uh, uh, not so different with if you perform the process in Excel. So, for example, if you have the data right here, this is the not real world data, but only dummy or toy data. It is a simple data, only have 4 column and eight rows like this. This is the simple data. And for example, if you uh, if you only want to select the column city and region, you can perform it using the code like this. So this is data df is your uh, your original data, and then you if this is the column name that you want to filter, for example, this is the city and then the number of people inside the city, uh, and then the output will be like this. So the output will only show the data of city, and then the number of people inside the city. And then if you only want to select the data that have the region equal to Jawa Timur like this. So from your original data, there are two city or two Jawa Timur region in your data like this. So if you want to select, you just need to write the code like this. So the output will only select the region that equal to Jawa Timur like this, and then the column is uh, all column in your original data will be displayed. Also for selecting your or filtering your data, you can applying some conditional. For example, like this, if you want to filter your data uh, which have the number of people more than uh, 700 and number of income more than 6,500 like this. So the output will following your conditional statement that you apply inside your original data like this. So it is in my opinion it is very easy compared with Excel, and the code itself is in my opinion is very easy to understand, even for beginner. Okay, uh, this is example if you want to edit the value inside your data. For example, you want to edit the uh, value from your data that has a region equal to Jawa Timur, and uh, the and for the number of people column. So for example, here your original data, and then for the Jawa Timur region for the number of people, you want to change the value to 900. This one will be changed to 900, and this one also will change to 900 like this. This is after you apply this function, and this is how you can edit your data uh, using Python. And also if you want to create a new column and you uh, also want to apply an equation inside your new column, you can uh, perform that like this. So for example, I want to create the new column pendapatan per kapita, and then uh, the new column is defined by uh, pendapatan total column divided by number of people. So you can perform like this. So the data in here in pendapatan total will be divided by its data in number of people column. So like this. So you can create a new column and applying new function uh, inside your new column. And in Python it is uh, very simple and easy code. If you want to this example, if you want to applying more complex function, for example here you after you create new column pendapatan per kapita and you want to categorize the income into three level, for example high, standard and low, you can define the function classify income, and then using only dot apply and your function name like this. So uh, here if the income more than or equal to 100, it will categorize as high, and so on and so on. So if you look at this data, 66.75, because this value is less than 80, so it will categorize in low. And if the, for example, this because this value is more than 100, so it will automatically categorize as uh, high income. Okay, this is how you can apply function inside your data. And then this is example how you can perform grouping in your data. This is data df is your original data, and then just using dot group by. For example, I want to group my data based on uh, region name and the uh, this one the income category. So the output will be like this. So this is the group of Jawa Barat region, Jawa Tengah, and also Jawa Timur region. Each region will be grouping, and also uh, its region and its income category. The group is based on region and income category, uh, and the output is like this. And in the Excel there is a pivot table, right? So in Python you can also perform pivot table to your data. For example, I want to create, I want to change my data in the format like this. So I just need to specify the value, index, and also what is the aggregation function uh, to perform pivot table like this. If this code executed, so the code will uh, the output of the code will be like this. So this is your new dataset format. Okay, if you are interested in uh, in data analytics using Pythons and using the pandas library, you can access the Google Collaboratory notebook using the file in this slide. So maybe we after this webinar we will share this notebook to all of you. Okay. Now we already know about how to perform data analytics using Python or using pandas libraries. Now let's perform data analytics using Oplaspitas data. Uh, you can follow the all of the process inside this notebook if you uh, wait if you click this link. uh, you can find the notebook like this, so you can and here you can follow the full step how to analyze the Oplaspitas data. Okay. Let's take a look into the dataset itself. So this is the Oplaspitas data from 2018, and if you look uh, the data format is like this. There are information about when the test is carried out, and then the download speed, the upload speed, and also the latency for each country, each city, each region, and uh, each operator name. So there are so many information in Oplaspitas data. Uh, Start from the network speed, and then the network parameter, the network operator, provider, and the the device used during uh, the test. So there are for brand, there are Samsung, Huawei, Xiaomi, and others uh, brand smartphone device. So this is the data, and uh, before we perform data analytical process, we need to define uh, what we want to achieve, uh, or maybe what the problem that we want to solve by performing data analytical process. So after we look at the data set itself, there are information about the network speed, network parameter, and network operators, and time when the test is collected. So we can uh, define some question that we want to try to answer uh, by performing data analytical process. For example, uh, you can wait, uh, you can uh, you can see that I already list some of question that we can uh, answer using Oplaspitas data. For example, which province has the highest number of tests, which city in East Java has the highest number of tests, and so on. So let's deep dive uh, one by one example, and the what what result that we can get from Oplaspitas data. So for the first question, what the type of connection was found most frequently during the test? I in here I I will not explain deeper about how to get the result. But if you are interested, you can visit this Google collaboratory notebook. In here, I will only show you about the visualization result, and for from this visualization, you can get the insight and the answer of the question. Okay, so from this visualization, you can see that the most frequently connection type during the test uh, i- is Wi-Fi, LTE, and HSPAP. So Wi-Fi is uh, uh, Wi-Fi has uh, the most number or most frequently occurs or appears during the test by Ookla. And then what type of connection was found most frequently during the test. So this is from this visualization, we cannot we cannot uh, uh, how to say, we cannot differentiate the distribution numbers of each operator, right? Because this is only the sum number of all operator uh, inside the OPA data. But we we also we also can explore more information about the connection connection type of connection for each operator. For example, like this: Indosat, Smartfren, Telkomsel, 3, XL, and other. And we can see the number of connection type from each operator, and we can see the difference between them. From here, we can see that the Wi-Fi the uh, Wi-Fi connection type is most appears uh, in Telkomsel operator, and LTE also the most number of LTE is uh, contained in Telkomsel operator, and so on. So our insight uh, can be more uh, uh, can be more uh, deeper, can be deeper. uh, we can differentiate between each operator. And then this is the comparison, uh, the number of tests performed by each operator. We can see that the Telkomsel as a best operator or provider, telecommunication provider in Indonesia, has the most number of tests compared with other operators like Indosat XL3. And this is the comparison between the download upload speed and latency between all network operators. You can see here that for the download and upload speed, the highest download speed uh, is in the Telkomsel operator. Same with the upload speed. Telkomsel has uh, the mm, uh, fastest download and upload speed. And but for the latency, uh, the lower latency can be found in three operator, and the largest latency can be found in Indosat operator. And this is the distribution of number of tests uh, for each region in Indonesia. here we can see that the number of tests, the, the most test is performed in East Java region, and then West Java, and then the Jakarta, and so on. And if you plot this distribution in the map, you can get the result like this. So this is uh, this is the East Java located in here. East Java has the highest number of tests uh, compared with the other region. And this is by region, and this is the uh, number of tests by city in East Java, in East Java. So the highest number of tests in East Java is uh, in the Surabaya city, and then Malang, Kediri, and then Tulungagung, and so on. This, if you plot this information into the map, it will look like this. So this is the map of uh, East Java region in Indonesia, and this is the distribution of test number for each for each city in East Java region. And this is the distribution of uh, latency by the region. We can see that West Java has the lowest latency in Indonesia, but the Papua region has the highest latency in Indonesia. Okay, and then this is the download and upload speed comparison for each region in Indonesia, like this. And this is from all operators, the average speed from Telkomsel operator, sorry. And then this is the upload speed. Okay, and then uh, because in the Ookla speed test data, uh, there there are connection type LTE, so we can plot the uh, LTE network coverage for each operator in Indonesia. For example, for the Telkomsel operator, this is the uh, LTE network coverage of Telkomsel operator in Indonesia. We can see that in the Java Island, the coverage is almost full, but uh, in the in the Papua, Maluku, and east region of Indonesia, the network coverage or LTE coverage from Telkomsel is rare, and this is for Indosat operator. You can see the difference between L, network coverage LTE, Telkomsel, and Indosat like this. So this is uh, it can it from here we can say that the network coverage of Indosat is not uh, as large as Telkomsel. And because the Oclaspitas data also have the time series component, we can extract the value uh, of the based on time. For example, here, this is the number of tests for each operator day by day. You can see that the Telkomsel in the uh, uh, red color has the highest number of tests each day compared with other operators. And this is the number of tests from midnight, uh, and morning, afternoon, and then go back to midnight. We can see that the lowest number of tests for all operator is occurs in uh, 3 p.m. And maybe uh, we can uh, we can search uh, what makes the number of tests in 3 p.m. is lowest compared with other time. And also we can uh, this is the this is example of uh, qu- of question that is not related with the telecommunication field, uh, because the Okla status data provide us the information of device brand. We can also try to uh, visualize the market share, mobile phone market share in Indonesia using the Oculus Vitas data, for example. And the result is like this: Xiaomi, Samsung, Oppo. Xiaomi is the mobile phone brand which has the highest user in Indonesia, like this. And this is the top 10 brand in Indonesia. Okay, so uh, that's all for the O-class test data analytical process. And uh, if we summarize, so the process of data science is contained. So we gather or we collect the data from it is resource, for example, from the IoT device, from the social media, from the YouTube, uh, or maybe from the file or document, and then we transform it, and then we store it in the database, and then uh, we can perform analytical on cloud or on premises. So in the on cloud or on premises, we can deploy intelligence or machine learning model that can perform specific tasks, and then we can visualize the result in the predictive analytic, or maybe in the dashboard, or visualization KPIs using Power BI and others tools. Okay, that is the big data flow. Okay, maybe that's all from me. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any question, uh, let's uh, let's discuss after this. Okay, uh, thank you very much.
Thank you, Okta Pajasuryani, for your invaluable insight. I hope everyone can understand and gain valuable knowledge from our speaker today on the topic of transform telecommunication data with data science. Please feel free to ask questions to Okta. You can type it in the chat box or turn on your mic.
Do you have any question? If you have any question, please uh, write in the chat, or you can say directly to me or to Hans.
That's right. Or do you have any more to add, Okta?
No.
Is there any question? Do you have any question in mind or any specific topics that you'd like to have a deeper insights? If there are no questions, maybe we can end the event.
Okay.
It is our honor to have all the support from you. I would like to once again to thank you to our wonderful speaker, Okta Fajar Suryani.
Okay, you are welcome.
Thank you for all of you join us today. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Okay.
Happy weekends.
Mm.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you very much all.
Thank you.